All right, in question 4, it says, in each diagram, line ZY is tangent to circles O and P. Find the value of X and show all work. So this is kind of a tough problem to think about, but it is going to involve the Pythagorean theorem. So when we look at this, we don't have a triangle, but we can create a right triangle by basically translating this line in so that point Y is on point P. So what we're going to do, and we just kind of have to do this in our brain, is translate this line so it's 9 units down. And that way, point Y will be at point P. And the reason it's point Y is because this circle has a smaller radius. So when we translate this in, we're now going to have a small right triangle because we would still have some length here from point O to point Z. So if we sketch what our triangle will look like, right, so now point Y and P are in the same place. So I'm going to write P comma Y. They're the same point. This is point Z. This is point O. We're going to have a right triangle here. Now we know this is a right triangle because we said that line ZY is tangent to both circles. And we said where a line is tangent to the circle, it's going to meet that radius at a right angle. So when we started, we had 2 right angles, but then we translated point Y to be on top of point P, and at the same time we translated the entire line, so Z came down. So now, this segment over here, here's our right triangle, this segment is going to be the measure of the greater radius minus the smaller radius. So it's now 3 units long. We're trying to find the distance from O to P, which is still X units, and the distance from Z to Y didn't change. It's still 25 because all we did was a translation. So now we're just doing the Pythagorean theorem with a right triangle who has the side length of 3 and 25 for the legs and an unknown hypotenuse. So now we can say 3 squared plus 25 squared equals X squared. All right, 3 squared is 9. 25 squared, oh gosh, I think it's 625. Let me double check. I don't have a calculator in front of me. 25 times 25. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2. And then we get a 10. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 5. Yeah, 625. I'm sure you probably just use your calculator. So this all equals X squared. So now we can just add 9 and 625. So that's going to be 634 is X squared, and then take the square root of both sides. So the square root of 634 is equal to X. And you could approximate that by actually taking the square root. But that is also an acceptable answer. Now you're going to try problems 5 and 6.